Go.
Hey everybody, my name is Frankie, and this is Tabletop Tuesday. And tonight we're going to be playing City of Mist, which is a awesome role-playing game set in a noir crime drama modern setting with a fantasy element. And so everybody, why don't we go ahead and introduce ourselves?
Well, I'm John.
I'm Tim. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Jeremy.
Awesome.
I'm ready to dive into this.
You're ready to dive in? Okay, so I kind of gave a little bit of a premise as to what the game is, but to elaborate on the players, why don't you guys go ahead and say what your character name is?
Oh, you want me to introduce my character name now?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're gonna go.
Let's
to
do
the
it.
table. We're gonna introduce our character name. We're gonna tell us what you do for a living, right? That's what we call your logos, and I guess not most importantly, or it can be, depends on how you play. What your mythos is, and what that mythos' motivation is.
I vote for Jeremy to start.
Sure. I play Danica Obel. She goes by Danny. Her friends would call her that if she had any real friends. And her logos is her day-to-day job is as a mortician in Baltimore. Her mythos is the River Styx.
And I'm playing Rhett Lancer. His logos, his day job, is a private eye, kind of a rough and tough kind of guy. His mythos is as Gambit from the Marvel Universe.
My character's name is Chloe Neptune. Her logos is also a private investigator, PI. So think kind of like Veronica Mars, just getting in trouble, like searching for stuff. Her mythos is Jean Grey.
So we got okay.
Yeah. Jean
I'm
Grey
John.
is.
I'm playing J.R. Wild. My mythos is Hiro Nakamura, and I'm a professional poker player. I'm very new at this game, so if you're kind of new to this game as well, kind of pay attention to me because that's probably going to be your.
I have a lot of experience with D&D, but this is the first time playing City of Mist. So Frankie and I have been like, when are we going to play? When are we going to play? So
this should be very raw.
Excited, yeah.
This should be very raw entertainment tonight.
I've had
It's gonna be awesome.
I mean, just a handful of opportunities to run City of Mist games. Not to mention, I haven't DM'd any other games, so this should be a fun experience for all of us.
I'm excited.
Just to sort of summarize. Here at the table, we have Chloe Neptune, who's Jean Grey, Danica Obel, who's playing the River Styx, J.R. Wild, who is Hiro Nakamura, and Rhett Lancer, the Gambit. So one of the really fun aspects of this game is just seeing the completely absurd and wild and fun different types of characters that kind of come together, which makes for some really interesting character interactions while we're going ahead and solving crime. So, are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, before we get started, the name of this scenario is called The Beginning of Truth. And I'm very excited to do this one shot with y'all. So, now before the session gets started, we're going to, at the beginning of every session, we start with a monologue from one per player. Tonight, it's going to be Jeremy. And Jeremy's going to, like I said, monologue. He's going to give us a few minutes about just what his character's going through, some feelings, a little bit more meat to his story. Jeremy, go right ahead.
Oasis is a violent place with no shortage of work for a mortician. I do the gruesome, I do the bizarre, and sometimes sweet little old ladies that are eaten by their hungry cats. I clean them up and make them look decent for their families that can't handle the reality of death. For me, no matter the violence experienced in that moment, death is peaceful. Because the dead, don't care anymore. The mists bring peace too. The wisps enveloping me when I need to clear my head. With so many hours spent over corpses, sometimes I need someone to talk to. And for that, I sit outside the polywag and wait for other lonely people.
Way to go.
That was deep.
Can we go? It's over. I gotta go. Sorry.
I'd like you to mark an attention to any one of your choosing of your logos themes.
So mark and
attention. There's a little bar there. Attention, for the purpose of this game, is our way of kind of gaining experience. And when you max out that attention bar, you can then add improvements to your character. Improvements are going to come in the form of additional power tags, which just make you stronger. Like I said, it's the City of Mist's form of experience leveling up. So pick a just mark one attention to a logos of your choice.
Okay.
You don't have to tell us. I don't need to know.
Okay.
But it's not important to me. Okay. About to begin. It's the middle of November. And it's been cold and brisk. Everyone's wearing their down jackets, heading off to work. The city is bustling. The mist is heavy. It's grown heavier over the last few weeks. You could say that it's been working overtime to just sort of add a stronger veil to whatever it is it's hiding. It snowed recently. There's still snow under at the roots of trees, under the bridges, on the sides of streets. The city of Oasis was actually created with this strong motivation to seek truth and knowledge. And from that, the city of Oasis founded its library.
Oh, bring out the board. It's coming.
Yeah. It's upside down. So from within the library, knowledge was sought after. Many of the city's smartest and brightest would just sit. You could find them just sitting in the library, just reading, uncovering different truths, having philosophical discussions. It was a beautiful place. Over time, as the city grew darker, fewer people kept with the same sort of motivation to learn. But there was still plenty of truth to be discovered in the library. I'm going to open this up to Jojo. Jojo, tell us a little bit about what your character's doing right now. We're going to call this sort of some downtime, okay?
All right. Rhett's sitting in a dark office, contemplating going through journals, his father's notebooks, trying to discover the reason why he was murdered. In his hand, he has his father's old badge, which he kept with him everywhere. Just waiting to go, going through clues, figuring out why his partner betrayed him. He sits there for a long time and goes through and decides to call up some old contacts, try to go in when he hears on the blotter that there's something going into town, and he leaves his office to go venture towards the library.
Okay. All right. John, how about you? What's your character working on?
So my character just finished a 10-hour session at the Tower Hotel in the center point of the city, playing poker.
Okay.
Won the tournament. Had all this money, really has no use for it. Doesn't know what he's going to do with it. Walks out and lips are a little parched. It was kind of dry, a lot of smoking in there. He's just kind of parched right now, thinking about maybe going to a local, just to get out, run into some people. Yeah.
Okay. I'd like you to see. I would like you to mark an attention to your logos. Jojo, I'd actually like you to you're going to gain. We're gonna consider that what you're doing is preparing for your next activity. So you're gonna gain 3 juice with a method of your description. Now, the City of Mist uses a system of juice, and I kind of in these player aids that I created, I say what the F is juice, and juice is like this awesome resources that players can use to like actually create elements in the story and then sort of bounce off that with their actions. So JoJo's going to gain 3 juice of your choice, which you can use later on. Now, Tim, it's your turn. Tell us what your character's working on.
Chloe, she's actually finishing up a case, a little mystery at a local high school. She actually is in one of the offices there. She actually broke in there, not because she necessarily needed to, but she's just there, using the school's computers and basically hacking into to finish up her work.
Okay. Why don't we go ahead and mark an attention to your logos.
Awesome.
So it's about 8 o'clock in the evening, and out in front of the Oasis Library comes a crash out the 3rd story window, and a body is seen falling from the 3rd story building and lands and just absolutely smashes a car. It smashes the vehicle that it doesn't seem normal. Like the weight of a human being smashing this car, and it almost appeared as if something greater was actually what fell upon it. But nevertheless, this person there's now a crime scene out in front of the library, and ambulance is called, and I'm gonna go back to Jeremy. Jeremy, what do you do?
Well, Danny's going to get a phone call after the coroner is called and pronounces the deceased dead.
Okay.
She's called in as the person to kind of prepare the body. Is there anything that she notices aside from the report of what happened?
Well, why don't we go ahead and we'll do an investigation.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll investigate the body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're gonna roll your 2d6 and look at your themes on your player sheet and look in and try to determine if there are any power tags that are going to be applicable to investigating the body.
I have identify injuries.
Identifying injuries.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll take that +1.
Okay.
Again, also you guys have crew tags that can be applied. You don't need to be in the vicinity to use a crew tag. However, you only need to be in the vicinity to use a help or hurt point with the person that you have that point with. So if you guys want to use a crew tag, you can. You don't have to. But once you use it, it's a one and done. It's a burn. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
It's called crispy. You can recover burnt tags.
Crispy.
You can recover burnt tags, but it is that's an additional move in itself. So.
So I have identify injuries as my dedicated servant power tag.
Okay.
But I also have suspicious as
Okay.
my survivor tag. Would
Okay.
suspicious like hearing about the body kind of doing more damage to the car than normal?
Yeah, that's
Would
totally
that-
fair. So
Okay.
I'll take a +2.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna roll investigate
Okay.
+2, and you're gonna receive clues equal to to 2 if you succeed in your roll. Okay.
I got a 8 + 2, 10.
10. Okay. So you're gonna gain 2 clues. Okay. And so you investigate the body, and you find a cell phone. Okay. For whatever reason, the cell phone hadn't been previously discovered, and you find just a what?
I'd like to say that I found it like underneath crumpled bone, like the way that the body fell.
It almost created like a pocket.
Yeah,
or
it kind of like twisted around the metal of the car, so it's in the pocket and just kind of like hidden. So they, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great description of how you found it. So you uncover in the cell phone. It's obviously just like a burner phone, and the screen's cracked, but you can uncover that it's something along the lines of completing the mission at the library. Okay.
The
All right.
mission is completed.
We need to complete the mission at the library.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So that's that. So. Meanwhile, back in front of the library. Hello! I'm Amy Appleblossom. Tonight on the Channel 7 News, a man is tragically, possibly thrown from the third-story window of the Oasis Library. I'm here with Jimmy Dickel. Jimmy, what did you see? Well, I tell you, I was playing my harmonica. And I saw a body fly from the window. It was pretty crazy. Wow, thanks, Jimmy.
Very descriptive.
Moving on. Let's go with Tim. I just had to do that. That's all I needed to be done.
So I'm going to say the school that I'm at is near the library where this crash just happened, and so I noticed it. So I want to sneak up to the roof, pick some the closed roof, lock or whatever. You sneak up there.
You're gonna sneak up to
the roof, so I'm
of
not
the
seeing-
library. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Well, I'll be at the school, and it's right next to the library.
Oh, you're going up to the roof of the school.
Yeah,
to get a sight of the library.
Of the library, what's happening? Yeah.
Okay.
And so once I get up there, I want to use my laptop and hack into all the cameras and police feeds that are happening, and try to get an idea of what the hell's going on, and try to involve myself basically.
No, I think that's a really good idea. We'll say. We'll just say that's you know what, we'll do a change the game. I feel like it's a good way of giving yourself an advantage here. So you're gonna roll plus. Let's do a. Let's see. How do you feel about either change the game or investigate?
I'll change the game.
Change the game?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to you're gonna roll your 2d6. Are there any power tags that are applicable here?
Oh yeah, so I use a lockpick set that I have to break in, up the roof. I'm very sneaky, and I'm using my laptop that is specifically for hacking.
Okay, so for hacking specifically, I wouldn't say that the lock picking would apply here.
Okay,
but the laptop and
sneaky.
You have sneaky?
Or stealthy, yeah.
Stealthy. We'll take it. Okay, we'll do a roll. So you're gonna roll +2.
Roll +2.
Okay.
So that's 7, 8, 9.
9. Okay. So you're gonna receive juice. You're gonna gain 2 juice, and we'll say you're gonna do a hacking juice. Okay. So you can use that hacking juice later to apply into the story.
Okay.
Okay. John, your turn. What are you up to?
So I was just outside the hotel.
Okay.
And I heard I could hear down the street, echoing off all the buildings, something crash. I don't know what happened. My Indian motorcycle's sitting right there, so
nice.
I'm also looking around. I'm starting to kind of see the frantic, just a few people on the street just kind of running the other way, or other ones just standing and looking around, which also prompts me something could be really wrong here. So I hop on the motorcycle, and I figure I have a little motorcycle. I can just go down a couple blocks and just take a peek of what's going on.
Okay.
So I do this little U-turn, I drive down there, and I'm paying attention to everyone's actions and how everyone's reacting as I further go down the street.
Okay. So we'll say that in this case you're working the case. Okay, you're heading to the library. You tell everybody how you do it. I want you to gain three clues of a method of your choice, and you can use something to the effect of with a method and a source based on your description. Let's do 3 clues of what caused the crash. It's more of like a title for those clues.
Okay.
And so anytime you can use those clues to ask questions about specifically the crash.
Okay.
Okay. Jeremy, go back to you. Oh wait, who did I miss? Jojo, your turn. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm arriving to the library. There's a commotion going on. I approach the scene, and is there any cops available that I can approach?
Benjamin Hathaway.
Benjamin Hathaway.
Friends call him a B. He's there. You're more than welcome to ask Benjamin any sort of questions you like.
I approach Benjamin, and I'm pretty sure. I say, "What's going on here?"
Okay. 1 second. Here.
Oh, you know.
Let's see.
I don't trust Benjamin for a minute.
Well, it looks like there was a young man here who fell to his death. Okay.
Was he pushed? Is this a murder?
I'm coming out of character now. Do you have any clues that you could spend that you could ask that he could give so he could give you a straight answer?
I don't, but I could do a maybe a convince check. I'm pretty threatening. I'm gonna step over. I'm gonna say that I'm towering over Benjamin.
Okay.
And I look down on him, and I'm trying to find out. I press with the level of severity, saying what the fuck's going on.
Dang. Okay. So you're gonna perform a convince, and you're going to. Do you have any?
I do have a like. So for some tags, I do like some info by intimidation. So I'm a pretty big, like, just burly dude. Just gonna step over him, try to like power over him.
So
like,
which power tags? I'm sorry. I didn't know.
It's for it's intimidate. I'm
You
essentially
have
trying to
intimidate. So we're gonna roll plus power of 1. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Go ahead and roll.
Oof, 4.
4. Benjamin, as you're asking Benjamin questions, we have Dickel. Jimmy Dickel comes on the scene. Okay.
I love Jimmy Dick.
And when Jimmy comes on the scene, he takes he gets a get in trouble. Okay, and every time, and so Dickel's yelling at you. He's saying, "You didn't see it. Nobody saw it. I'm the only one that saw it. It's crazy, man. It's crazy." And Benjamin, like, he just thinks like that this is just another crazy lunatic of the city because there's thousands of them. He doesn't pay any attention to it, and that's that. Okay. Jeremy, your turn.
So would I know one or both of the PIs? And with finding the phone, am I discovering that the body is not normal in any way?
You definitely recognize that the body's not normal.
Okay.
You could, if you investigate, there's a form of investigation called look to the mist, which would give you it's more of a very kind of foggy attempt at uncovering some information that you may not normally know, but it is something not clear either. Like, it's not. It's just going to be more. It's tuning into the River Styx part of you that's going to give you that information.
Okay.
What your relationship is to the crew. It seems like you guys earlier had discussed having some sort of relationship prior. So you knowing the PIs, I think, is something that's fair to say already.
All right. So I feel like I'm going to call Rhett.
Okay.
But your call goes to voicemail because you're like having a hard time with Benjamin.
I'm yelling at.
Yeah,
I'm getting yelled at by Jimmy.
Yeah. So I call you first because you're
Voicemail.
You're probably a little bit more professional. No. I mean, he's breaking into high schools, so
We're in probably the same level of professionalism.
yeah. All right.
We're just saying, but
He's
we won't
breaking
admit
in
it.
for fun. I'm just angry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the anger I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
call me.
a little bit of that too. So like simpatico. So I'm going to call you first, but unfortunately it goes to voicemail. So I'm going to call Chloe.
Oh, my phone's on silent.
You don't hear the buzzing or anything like that?
It's on vibrate.
Okay, so you get a call from me,
All right.
and
Danica.
I tell you that the body was assigned to me, and in cleaning it up and going through, like, the corners.
I ask you, like, what you got.
Yeah. And I tell you that I found a cell phone, like, buried in this dude's, like, rib cage. And the message that I can see. Do you want to check this out? And I don't know, you're like kind of a hacker.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I'm
you
already
might be
like
able to get
walking
more
down the
information.
stairs and like I want to like as I'm talking to Danica, like I want to like sneak into the library because I know the cops here are fools. They don't know what's going on. They're not investigating, right?
Okay.
And so I want to go up to the.
Wait, hold on, Jeremy. Though.
No. I like this. I'm wondering if I can guess that you're already there. Like, you know, like I can hear
perception.
you like breathing heavy as you're running down the stairs.
library?
Like I can hear like click of you unlock like in the background on the phone. So would that be something that my character would like intuit? So I would just be like, I'll see you at the library in 10. You know, like just knowing that you're already there.
Yeah.
I just give like a
I like
little.
that.
I just give like a little chuckle. Like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, Chloe's like, yeah, same page. Same page.
Okay. So Danica like kind of like hangs up the phone, just shakes her head, like of course she's already out there. Puts the other phone in her pocket and jumps on her bike and heads over.
on your Ducati.
Yeah.
It's Ducati.
939.
You're Ducati. You heard Ducati.
Her
Yeah.
Ducati.
Okay, I don't know if there's too many actions that would be necessarily go with what just went there or any player moves necessarily, but I think that kind of leads your character to the scene now.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go with John.
Okay.
Your turn. What's going on?
So Jared Wild's on his Indian motorcycle, and he's pulling up, and he notices down the alley on the right side that he sees a female. And he kind of recognizes her from the bar, Chloe, climbing into the library.
Climbing into the library?
Yeah,
Were you sneaking into the library?
Sneaking in the library.
Yes, I was sneaking to the
Sneaking in the
library.
library. So
Okay,
I actually.
we're gonna go back to that. I know you were sneaking into the
Sorry,
library.
Tim. I tried
So
to
she was
like.
sneaking in the library as I drive by the motorcycle.
It's like
So I turned
narrate
down
you
that
doing
alley.
it.
Yeah, I just
And I
did
kind
it.
of look up, and she's already in the door at this point.
I tried.
But I end up climbing that fire escape that she's on, and kind of like I want to kind of snoop what's going on here. So I never made it to the front of the building, the front of the scene, but I just saw that going on and kind of piqued
I
my
probably
interest.
noticed I have a tail, and I just like, all right.
But you know,
I just let it happen. Yeah.
you
I
know
know who
John,
it is.
but
Yeah.
you know there's a tail. So you're,
Yeah.
you don't-
I am driving an Indian motorcycle, so it's kind of loud.
yeah, you're like, I think that's John's bike.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since you're sneaking into the library,
Yup.
I want to know more about that. Was there a reason? I mean, out of curiosity, is there a reason why you're sneaking into the library?
Yeah, because I know the cops aren't doing their job.
Okay, so why don't we go ahead and we'll perform a sneak around? Okay.
Okay.
So I want you to sneak. I want you to perform a sneak around in order to get around Benjamin, because although Benjamin is he's more absent-minded than he is like just oblivious. Does that make
Okay,
sense?
yeah.
Okay. So go ahead. And are there any power tags that are gonna work here in this case?
I'm stealthy.
Stealthy. Okay. So that's one.
And I have a lot of attention to detail, so I'm very perceptive, so I
Okay.
know like what's around me.
All right. Let's take roll +2. Sounds
Okay,
good.
Sweet.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 9 again.
9. Okay, so as you do successfully sneak around the police, but around
Sweet.
Benjamin.
It wasn't
okay?
very hard.
But you are as you like walk through the door, you literally like open the door, front door of the library.
The front door. Wait, why am I going to the front door?
Okay, well, pick a door.
It's the side or back door.
He's in the fire
You
escape.
didn't say-
He's
did you say-
in the fire escape down the alley.
Why would I sneak
Oh,
in
I'm
the front
following
door?
I don't know, that's why I thought it was weird too.
Yeah, I'm following up the
I
fire
didn't
escape.
hear that detail.
I added it.
So as you are going through, why don't you tell me again, just one more time, what door you're going through?
I'm gonna go in the back door because I know no one's there,
As you're going through the,
and I know like it's like an abandoned like alley behind there.
okay, so you successfully sneak around Benjamin.
Yep.
Okay, but as you sneak around Benjamin and go through the back door, you are met with our librarian.
Do the voice.
Her voice, and not Candy Kitty's voice. But,
Oh my
but
god.
our librarian is Gretchen McCafferty. Okay?
Gretchen.
Gretchen is she's been the librarian over at the Oasis Library for 25 years. Okay, and she says, "Oh, hello." She said, "What can I do for you?" And at that moment, I'm gonna pass it off to JoJo. JoJo, what's going on with you?
All right, so Jimmy was just being dismissed. And I forget the officer's name I was speaking to.
Jimmy.
Benjamin
Oh,
Hathaway.
Benjamin.
Hathaway.
Friends call him B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear the call of the Indian motorcycles accruing to us. I know what's going on. I hear my crew coming up. I'm more of a strange from this crowd, but I'm more of the guy who gets brought on to get stuff done. And so I see that everyone has the same suspicions that I do. So I move on from the fact, and I try to push through Benjamin Hathaway to kind of get into the library.
Okay.
Is that a toe-to-toe, or?
Everyone wants to beat up on, get around.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
In the middle of the street.
I don't want to beat up on him. But I am trying to push my way through him.
Yeah.
Let's just say
Way.
aggressively push through him. I'm trying to get through him. I'm trying to get by him, whether it be forcefully or not. Forcefully, probably.
I'm gonna say you try and change the game.
Change the game.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
I
try
like
to
it.
give yourself an advantage over
Benjamin.
by asserting some sort of dominance,
All right.
even though he's like more like whatever you want. You know, he's just like,
Crikey, mate.
Oi. So you're gonna roll plus how many power tags do you have that would apply?
Doesn't
Not
matter.
enough. It's absolutely not enough. So by getting through, I'm gonna flash my police badge, my father's police badge, trying to get by him. And
Wait, did you already try and roll?
I did roll, but I'll try and explain my power tags to you.
Wait, hold on. How many? So you tried to change the game. How many power tags did you have?
I only have like 2: intimidation, and then possibly this police badge.
Okay, I'll give you 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it still is not. It's 5.
Brings it to 5.
Okay. So Benjamin. First of all, Benjamin.
Benji.
Right. He is when he's on the scene, he gets an extra alert status. So he's already a little bit more in tune than you guys already think. And then I want you to burn a power tag for your failed roll.
Sure.
So you're gonna burn a tag, and then Benjamin tells you, he says, "Oi, hey, no, you can't go in there. You have to wait. I'm waiting for the mortician to come and you sort of like validate your story. Okay. So he's waiting for. He apparently Benjamin knows Danica. I don't know. Maybe not. But somehow heard of the mortician coming to follow up. Okay. So John, to you.
So I'm still following Chloe.
Okay.
So do I need to get around Benjamin, or did you get around Benjamin?
I got around. Yeah.
So I need to get
easily.
around Benjamin too, or because we went through the back.
I don't know.
I
would think so.
I think you don't necessarily need to be. Well, at this point, yeah. You know what? Now everybody wins to sneak around Benjamin. So yeah. Everybody felt the need. So
Am I not
I'll meet
creating
you
a big
need.
enough event?
So you want to perform a sneak around?
I guess I'm going to
Okay,
perform
so we're
a
going to perform a sneak around. So what power tags could you apply
Well,
to sneaking around?
I look really good, and I'm persuasive.
Okay.
I'm going to predict what he's going to want from me. I'm very good at bribing.
Okay.
And if worst case scenario, if I need to sleight of hand and steal his badge and then flash his badge at him, I can do that. There's a lot.
So yeah, you have. I would say either convince or sneak around. You have persuasive. You have bribe, and let's see.
So I'm just going to persuade him to let me through
Okay.
because I look great, and I rode a sweet motorcycle up.
Okay. So roll plus 2, and we're gonna do a was it a convince? Right?
Yeah.
Convince.
It's going to be 8.
8. Cool. So you convince Benjamin to let you by. Meanwhile, it's see. It's Rhett that's still kind of like hanging back, waiting for now Danica. But you sneak around. But as you walk through the front, as you're going through the back door also, right? No, you
Yeah.
convinced him.
Well, I was going to go through the back door, but I needed to get by him, I guess you were telling me.
Right.
And since I'm trying to get by him...
where the car was smashed.
And since I'm trying to get by him now, can I take his badge?
You want to take his badge?
I have a sleight of hand.
Oh.
So I would say if you want to, I'd say that's a take the risk. Well, okay, you know what? Let's
Nice.
double it up. So if you're gonna do that, we're gonna take the risk. Tell us what you're gonna you're gonna just take his badge so you have that.
Well, I convinced him I'm just going to grab his badge when he's
You can
out.
convince him to go past him, or convinced him to go past him.
But
But
as
you're
I
not gonna
walk
convince
by-
him to also take his badge.
No, I just want to take his
You
badge.
can take the risk and try and perform a pit pocket and try and get that badge from him, but there would be two separate moves.
Oh, okay.
So which I think you had you were on the right track.
Yeah,
I was like, you already said it.
Yeah, I
You
want to
already
take his
said
badge.
it.
So I have a sleight of hand.
So we're
That's about it.
You're gonna take the risk. You're gonna roll plus sleight of hand and try and take his badge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Benjamin.
I feel like this is gonna end horribly. All right, go
It's gonna
ahead.
end epically.
8.
8.
Nice.
All right, so
Wow.
sorry.
Sweet.
I'm about to
I
So
just-
you're as you're sliding the badge out from his pockets, you fumble it onto the ground. Okay, he doesn't notice that you've actually succeeded in pickpocketing him. But as you bend down to pick it up and you look up, you see two figures on the other side of the street, dark, anonymous, kind of mysterious figures peering towards the library. Okay. Tim, I'm gonna go to you.
So, what did Gretchen just say to me? I just
What
walked in.
can I do for you, dearie?
Oh, I'm just here to do some research. I was doing a case over at the school, so I need to do a little investigating.
Okay.
I'm going to the library.
When Gretchen's on the scene, first of all, when Gretchen's on, everyone in the scene with her gets a. I want you to mark a details are fuzzy 1. So you're gonna have a -1 to any sort of mental checks, any sort of mental rolls that you would do, like any sneak arounds, any convinces, any investigations.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So minus.
-1. Okay.
Okay, so -1 on convincing. Okay.
So you are telling her about what now?
Yeah, I'm doing.
You're investigating.
I'm investigating. Not what's. Did she know what's happening? Like outside of the library currently? Is she or she's like oblivious?
She's aware of some things. You could investigate her to,
Oh,
or
hell
you could
yeah.
spend clues. You could spend clues to understand a little bit more about what she knows and who she is and things like that. You could investigate her to gain clues and information. You could.
I would like to use my power of telepathy to read her mind.
Okay, so let's do. So we're gonna investigate Gretchen.
Yep.
All right.
She seems oddly suspicious. She doesn't care about what's happening outside.
How do you think this person is suspicious of anything?
She looks like Umbridge.
She's amazing.
Right.
She does kind of.
She does a little bit.
All right, so you're gonna roll. You're gonna investigate -1 plus your telepathy, right?
So that negates it.
So you're gonna roll plus the power with 0 power. But when you roll with 0 power and you still succeed, it's called the power of one of minimum. So if you succeed, you gain your choice, either a clue or a juice that you can then later use. Okay. So go ahead and roll to investigate Gretchen. Find out what happens.
Oof. 10.
10. All right, so you read her mind, and Gretchen, she was you kind of get this vision of Gretchen downstairs at the front of the library, like main desk, and
so I snuck in the back and I met her at the back.
Right, but in her mind,
Okay,
you're reading her mind.
Okay.
You're catching visions of. You wanted to know about the any sort of details that she had regarding the incident, right?
Yes.
So, she reveals in her mind that that there were two figures. You don't see who or what they were in the vision, but
the library.
In the library, she originally confronted these two individuals, and unfortunately, they tried to go up to the third story, and then she told them no. In which case, they proceeded to actually go upstairs. In which case, then she followed them, and that's where what you try to read. That's where you lose.
That's where it ends.
That's where it ends. Okay. So and then you also gain clues. You rolled with 0. So you gain either your choice, a juice or a clue.
I'll get a clue.
Okay. Who's got the spotlight? Let's go with Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am going to ride up. Been probably about the 10-minute mark.
What are you ready to go upon?
Riding a Ducati.
Ducati! Sorry.
So you can hear like just the metallic engine whine with the dry. Oh yeah.
I just love picturing like a little lady riding Ducati.
I would like
I can just imagine her with like this giant helmet on too, because she's like a little thing, right?
No, she's not little.
She's medium sized.
I don't know how to like a real petite young.
No.
Okay. Anyway.
I would like to burn my ultra perception crew tag to notice the two shadowy figures that are outside as I kind of roll up.
Okay.
And just like kind of see them and
so burn it
Call.
to roll to like successfully investigate.
I don't want to investigate. I just want to make sure that I want to burn it to make sure that I see who they like them as I kind of like pull up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I concur.
I don't want to have to roll. I just want to burn that tag to say I am ultra perceptive and I see them hiding in the shadows.
Right. So when you burn a tag, it's a success. It's an automatic successful roll.
Okay.
So
That's what I thought.
that's it's like you play
Good
both
choice.
ways.
Good choice.
So in that case, I would say that you successfully investigate.
Okay.
And you investigate. You take notice of them, and from that standpoint, they. What do you do after that?
So I would like to make it obvious that I saw them.
How do you make it obvious?
I would
Like,
like
you eye
to
them?
like ride up and kind of ride a little past them, back up my bike, park it, and turn around to them and kind of shout, like flip up my visor and shout to them like, "Hey, you seen Officer Benjamin anywhere?" Like just to make it obvious that I see them, but not obvious that I find them suspicious.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So they see you.
Yeah.
They took notice of this display of, I don't know, peacocking. I don't know, maybe it wasn't peacocking. Just
No,
like,
it's just
it's
just she's not trying to like make them
scene.
think anything besides you skulking in the shadows. I see you.
yeah, like you're not like hiding any. You're not like
Yeah, like
scaring anybody.
Stop
hiding.
being creepy.
Yeah. Okay.
Weirdos. Yeah.
So you're going to gain a clue. I want you to gain a clue from
Okay.
your successful roll, as you see them and you've made that known, they see you and they want you to know too that like it doesn't bother them that you see them, and they start moving towards the side alley of the back door.
Okay.
Where
Of the library?
Of the library. Okay.
So
I
I'm
believe-
right with them then. At this point,
You are.
I just got back.
You're kind of in the front with Benjamin and also Rhett, who is.
I am also going to text Chloe out front.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
she's on the job. I'm not going in because that's not my deal, but like I'm here type thing. Yeah, just like I'm outside.
Okay.
And I'm going to. I guess I'll probably watch, like humorously, at your struggles to try and get back. I'm like,
Benjamin's just like,
This is
not-
an
no,
entertainment.
no,
yeah,
not
like
today.
I'm just sitting on my bike, like leaning there, like typical Rhett. Like it's classic. Yeah.
So, but you were out front. You were picking up the
Badge that I
Benjamin's
saw.
badge. You saw them. I'm gonna go back to JoJo because I think JoJo is
Okay.
trying to.
Yeah, I've been trying to get in.
Just ask Officer Benjamin where his badge is.
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah,
so
Bring attention to somebody else.
No one get that checked on.
So no, I saw JR go for the thing, go for his badge. It is on the ground, right? I'm pretty. My
He's
character
pretty
is
perceptive, too.
he's perceptive. He's a private eye. He sees this happening, and he goes up to Benjamin and says, "Where's your badge? I need to get in."
Okay. So, why don't you try and I think if you just change the game. You're just trying to make some information known to Benjamin that would give you an advantage. I think that's more than what can enough to
I almost regret
succeed.
what I did.
Huh?
I said I almost regret what I'm doing.
Nah, I think it'd be fun.
We'll see. 10.
nice.
Nice.
All right, so I want you to receive. Wait, how many did you roll with any power?
No.
Perception?
Oh, I guess, yeah, I'm perceptive. I'm private. I have info for, I have an eye for details. So I did to notice the badge.
You rolled with the power of 2.
I rolled with Bauer 1.
Power 1. So you're gonna gain 2 juice. That would just be we'll just say make aware. Okay, making something aware. Juice. You can use those to make other things aware in your situation. Okay. And Benjamin's like, "Oi, my badge." And he goes. He leaves. He goes to his squad car, trying to find it. In which case, it then allows, I believe, you two to enter into the library.
I acknowledge him and I say, "What's up, JR?" I saw you.
I'm assuming we know each other, right?
Yeah, we're
okay.
part of the same gang, yeah.
I'll be like, did you see what I did?
We give each other, like, sly knucks.
Yeah.
All right.
And then at this point, can I point out, I'm like, hey, there's something shady going on at 3 o'clock?
And
Yeah,
so
sure. I
we
mean,
look
you
back and we see the 2 mysterious figures.
So you guys are going in through the front door, I believe.
Yes.
Danica's chilling on
We see
her
Danica.
Ducati with her visor up, like.
Well, no, she's probably flipped it down like this after the guys like looked at her and just like relaxed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
She's putting off.
Are you past the officer?
Heavy
Not
FD
yet.
vibes.
Well, he
right
should
now.
be because the officer's gone now.
and,
He
and
could
Chloe
be in.
and Chloe's in the back, sort of in the back near the back door of the library with good old Gretchen McCafferty. Do we want to stop there, or now that we've all
think-
sort of are entering the library?
I think we should stop at the library.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
sounds
that's
good.
pretty good.
Okay.
I hope you guys
Getting
enjoyed your first
interesting.
City of Mist experience. I know I enjoyed running you along this little encounter. And hopefully, for you viewers out there, make sure to like, subscribe, and have like notifications on so you know when we finish this up. Because I think it's going to end up pretty fun.
Yeah, follow us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be on YouTube, Facebook, not Instagram. But yeah, so it'll be
There'll
fun.
be clips on Instagram.
Yeah, there'll be a clip on Instagram, and best part is I get to learn more. So I have multiple questions after this. So, but
There's a lot. There's
it's good. We've gotten to dive in a little bit,
Yeah,
a little piece.
I think one of the biggest things for players, if you're playing City of Mist, is ask questions. When you get these clues, use them. Think of how when you gain juice, like don't just write it down and forget about it. Think about how you can use it. How can you implement things into the story that you can bounce off of because they're tools for you.
I have 5 juice currently. Could I have used juice to get past Benjamin earlier than I did?
I don't know. We'll find out next time.
So we close. Let's close. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. It won't be with City of Mist, but one of our dear friends will be leaving us, so we'll be doing some type of special episode for that. So
Special event.
But we'll return with this in a few weeks, and we still got our D&D campaign. We got a lot going on.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
So,
Dice Thrones on Sunday.
Dice Thrones on Sunday, October 6th.
Do we want to close out?
Here.
Yeah, so we got Dice Throne Tournament this Sunday.
Yep.
We're back in Bruheim on this Monday for Nerd Night. And then the following Tuesday we'll be back. Jeremy's got D&D up the wazoo. Check out D20 Adventure Realm. So let's go through. Let's close off.
I'm Jeremy from D20 Adventure Realm. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and the Tabletop Takeovers meetup for beginner D&D all the way to D&D and ultra hard mode. So check it out.
I'm Jordan from here.
Stefanos.
From new.
I'm Tim from Tabletop Takeovers. Follow us on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Yeah.
I'm also John. I help run Tabletop Takeovers with Jeremy. Me and Jeremy, two-headed monster. Check us out. We're on all the platforms. Beginners, if you're watching this right now, come out to one of our events. If you're in Orange County, we run events all over the place. We take beginner D&D. We do beginner tabletop. If you want to play party games, we'll play party games. We're super versatile. Check out our YouTube channel, our Facebook, our Instagram,
And I am Frankie with One Up to Nerd. It's a nerd podcast. You can find us on all your podcast platforms, as well as Facebook and Instagram. I also run this lovely establishment here called Stefanos, where we do this wonderful show that I'm so thankful for, and thankful for not just doing the show, but for bringing me in the lives of all these wonderful other nerds. So that's me signing off.
all right. So what we always like to say is
Grab some friends.
play some games. Have a good night.
Hey.
We left the camera on.
Yeah. Why are you still here?
Are people still watching us right now?
I'm not sure.
Are they?
If so, just like, follow, and subscribe.
Hit that little button down there.
Yeah.
Great.
Catch us next time.
Yeah, we're gonna go home. We're a little tired.
Yeah.
That's good, guys. We'll play sometime.
I'm never playing with you again.
Can we get some help, Tim?
I am helping. Yay.